Uh, Hello there, it's me again. What have we already managed to do? We have managed just to revise when it is appropriate to use present continuous and when it is appropriate to use present simple. I think that today we should focus on the verbs which are not usually used in continuous forms. And trust me, they are many. Let's take the verb to be. One of its meaning, right? When do we use it? When we want to speak about states and beings. And already it implies that this is something which is always true. That is why it is not used in continuous forms. So I am happy to see you. I'm always happy to see you. She is a nice person. They are intelligent people. So it would be inappropriate to say they are being intelligent. Absolutely not. However, when we speak about something which does not characterize us, but which is happening temporarily, it is possible to use the verb to be in continuous forms. For example, usually I'm such a well-organized person, but I don't know what has happened. I'm being messy today. Or I'm a nice person, but today something went wrong and I'm kind of being mean. Another example. I'm being silly, aren't I? So I hope no. Okay, now another verb which is not used in continuous forms is the verb to have. However, you have to be very attentive when the meaning of the verb to have is to possess. So I have a cup. I cannot use it in continuous forms because I always have it, right? It's not temporary. Yet, you know that in English the verb to have is used in certain expressions, right? And then its meaning changes. It means something else. And I can definitely say, I'm having a cup of coffee. Delicious. So, in this case, have doesn't mean possess, but drink, right? I'm drinking. Or I'm having fun. We're having such a good time together. Now, there are some verbs of cognition, right? Cognition verbs, which are never used in continuous forms. These are the following verbs: understand, know, believe. So they will never be used in continuous forms. Want is another verb, again, not to be used in continuous forms. But let's think about the synonyms to believe. We have consider, right, and think. When the meaning of these two verbs is to believe, they are not used in continuous forms. However, when just the meaning is to use one brains to make a decision, it is possible to use it in continuous forms. I think you are very nice people. Not used in continuous forms. But I'm thinking about buying a new house. Then the meaning changes and I can use the verb in continuous forms. The verbs of likes and dislikes usually are not used in continuous forms. I hate it, I love it, but definitely you can immediately contradict me and give me the famous McDonald's slogan, I'm loving it. Just in this case, present continuous is used just like in the case with the verb to be, right? Something temporary, something which usually is not a characteristic of mine. And also it has just, let's say, the following shade of meaning. It's kind of just, you are really, really enjoying this very, very moment. So just to emphasize how much you enjoyed this very particular moment. What are the verbs? Yeah, the verbs, the perception verbs. To see, to smell, to taste, to hear. So usually, normally, they are not used in continuous forms. Actually, we are advised to use the modal can, just not to use them in present simple, I see you, right? But to add the modal can. I can see you, I can see a bird in the sky, flying in the sky. But let's examine the following example. I'm seeing my doctor in an hour. What's the meaning of see? It's not just using one's eyes to get an image, right? Here the meaning is to meet. And in this case, definitely the verb to see can be used in continuous forms. Finally, I would like just to mention other three verbs which are synonyms: to look, to appear, and to seem. So when the meaning just is the same, these verbs are not used in continuous form. You look fabulous today. You seem tired. You appear tired, right? So not to be used in continuous forms. Yet, the verb to look might have another meaning if we add the preposition at, right? Already, to look at means to direct one's eyes in a certain direction, right, in order to see something. In this case, definitely it is appropriate to use it in continuous forms if, let's say, the action is happening at the moment of speech. I'm looking at you right now. Definitely there are more verbs, but I think these are, let's say, the ones which are most commonly used, right, belonging to the core vocabulary. In case you want to see some other examples, go to my blog, and there's a bigger list there, let's say, with cases when they are never used, and there are also some cases mentioned when they are used in continuous forms. Otherwise, if you have questions, ask, and see you next time. Bye bye.